Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a message for my Scorpio collective. Any major Scorpio placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could resonate at any point in time. If you're guided to watch it, there's likely a message in here for you. I do ask that you only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. I'm not setting a time limit on this reading. This reading is timeless. So let's jump in, Scorpio, and see what kind of a message needs to come through for you. I do appreciate your patience in me getting these readings done. I have several other signs left. So I think get ready to cross a bridge, a new opportunity. It's kind of time to walk through a new doorway, and then we get the moon energy. So I think get ready for some big changes in your life. Definitely an announcement of some sort. Oh, Scorpio. Of course, I got to go down on the floor for you. An exciting event. So this could be an announcement of some sort. I do think big changes are in your life. You might have to increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals with the boot. I always think maybe somebody's getting the boot out of your life, or maybe you're getting booted out of somebody's life. Somebody here's getting the boot. But I do feel there's going to be some kind of explosion of passion. Could be passionate love or hate. Either way, Scorpio, there is definitely a situation in the balance that is going to require some very careful handling. So you're going to want to pay attention to the details. There's without a doubt a new doorway opening. So maybe you're needing to close something out in order for this new pathway to open up. I think the possibilities really are endless, but you're going to have to embrace some changes in your life, because I think you're in a karmic entanglement, a web of lies of some sort. Somebody's created a web of lies in your life, and there's going to be some negative forces beyond your control that you're going to need to protect yourself from. I do feel you've been feeling tied down and frustrated in a situation, and maybe these big changes are coming with this upcoming Libra full moon. It's all about relationships. So I think you're definitely in a karmic entanglement here. Maybe it's time for you to find your passion for life again. I think get ready for an explosion of some sort. Something's going to shift rather quickly in order for you to have somebody new entering your life. So what needs to leave your life in order for something new to come forward? Because maybe this new person entering your life is a budding new romance, and tulips. I think of spring, rebirth, new energy. Maybe you're going through a rebirth, but I do feel it's time to find what you're passionate about and to start having a lighthearted, carefree time. And if somebody's been weighing you down in a karmic web of lies, then I think it's time to take the rose-colored glasses off and to embrace some changes. Because if you don't embrace these changes yourself, the universe is going to come in and force some change. Either way, I think somebody needs to get the boot out of your life. And maybe you're in need of some assistance. I think you're dealing with a younger woman that's maybe caused all kinds of chaos and drama and conflict in your life. And it's time to pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes. Really listen. Listen intently. I think you might need to reach out for some spiritual guidance when it comes to this younger woman. But this younger woman, I think, is shrewd. And you might want to watch your resources around this shrewd younger woman, because I think you've been in some unsettling times. And maybe you lacked planning ahead. But either way, it's time to embrace some big changes in your life, Scorpio. And if you need help, reach out and ask for some assistance. Vulnerability truly is a strength. So let's keep going, Scorpio, and see what else needs to come through. There's going to be some illumination. Something is coming to light. After the storm comes the rainbow. So have you been withholding information? Or are you dealing with somebody withholding some information? There's definitely some secrets here. And maybe you've been reliving the past, and maybe it's time to go in a new direction, to reignite your passions, especially when it comes to romance. Yeah, somebody's definitely been hiding the truth, Scorpio, and I think something is about to be illuminated when it comes to what's been hidden below the surface. So let's keep going and see what else needs to come through for you, Scorpio. Fresh start. Maybe you fear a fresh start. Maybe somebody needs to seek forgiveness. Maybe you need forgiveness from another if you are to embrace this fresh start. But I do feel you're going through a period of growth and expansion, and you're really needing to release a karmic attachment. I think you're really needing to read between the lines with what somebody's saying, because I think you're dealing with a trickster. You're dealing with somebody that's been very dishonest, that is feeling very attached to you. And you need to read between the lines, because I do feel maybe this is a block when it comes to your hopes and your wishes. And maybe you've got regret, or maybe somebody you're dealing with has some regret. We can never go back and erase the past, but we can, you know, choose to do better. We can always choose to do better, and maybe you need to seek forgiveness. Somebody here needs to seek forgiveness, and forgiveness always starts with self. So where are you needing to offer yourself forgiveness, especially when it comes to some past regrets? Because blessings are coming your way, and your luck is about to turn, but you're going to have to work through your fear. You're going to have to work through any fear when it comes to a fresh new start, when it comes to this growth and expansion. Because there is a fresh new opportunity here, but there's a need to release a negative karmic attachment if you are to step into this new energy, this new opportunity. I think get ready to face some adversities, Scorpio. I think you're going to have to overcome some challenges, some circumstances, some roadblocks. I think you're dealing with a younger woman that's putting you through the ringer, that's really testing you. And I think you're asking yourself why. And I need to let you know the universe knows exactly what it's doing in order to get you to learn a lesson. So I think it's time to embrace a loss in order for somebody new to enter your life. So somebody's getting the boot. It's time to say goodbye to whatever's been blocking you from achieving all of your goals, Scorpio. And maybe you're dealing with a greedy miser, a greedy trickster, and maybe a big challenge that you're learning is to not cling to material possessions. You should never ever allow material possessions to hold power over you. That is never a healthy habit. I think you're dealing with some unhealthy habits. I think you're in an arranged karmic contract, and maybe you've stayed in this union out of family obligation because of the status quo, because of the material possessions that you've acquired together. But I feel you can't keep staying in a situation out of obligation, because it's going to lead to all kinds of resentment. And forgiveness is really going to allow you to be liberated from whatever wrongdoing is going on here, whether you're the person doing wrong or somebody's doing you wrong. You're going to have to protect your energy, because whatever circumstance is coming up to be addressed, it's keeping you in a state of fear. And we always have the choice to not be a victim. You know, people can only victimize us if we allow them to. So maybe you've been the victim of a crime or abuse or thieving or stealing or something of the sort. But I feel you're definitely down on your luck. You've been struggling financially. Maybe you're not even grateful for the possessions that you have. And when that happens, the universe is going to come in and they're going to take them all away. So you understand that it's not always about possessions, because I think you're a slave to materialism, and it's kind of time to choose freedom in a new direction. We maybe choose to get into these negative situations, and sometimes we're at the mercy of others, but we always have the choice to take our power back. So where are you needing to spend some time reflecting on some unhealthy habits? Addictions, drinking, codependency, sex is an addiction, food is an addiction, alcohol, drugs, materialism, greed. Where are you needing to take time to care for yourself and mother yourself? Because I feel you're going through this death energy, and something is coming to a close, maybe around a family structure, but it's enslaved you in something very toxic, and I think you are at the mercy of divine. And it's kind of time to embrace the possibilities of a brand new beginning. And maybe there's a need to heal a mother wound or some childhood wounding. Or maybe there's a need to heal some brokenness with your children. That's another message. I think you're being asked to demonstrate compassion with yourself as you release resentment and fear when it comes to going in a new direction. But let's jump in with some tarot. Scorpio, right there out the gate, death. So I think you are going through some profound transformation. You're shedding all of these old layers of yourself in order to revive yourself, to be reborn into a brand new energy. That's your energy, Scorpio. Maybe it's the death to some third-party energy. I think maybe you've been wearing a false mask. Maybe you're the one that has created this karmic entanglement, and there's going to be some negative forces working against you in order to get you to shed the old to bring in the new. And I do think you're going to need to mother yourself. You're going to need to nurture yourself. But let's see what's going on here, Scorpio. Ace of Cups, brand new beginning. Brand new beginning, but you're going to have to pack up and move in a new direction with the Six of Swords. Where you needed to give yourself love. If you want love with another, you have to become love with yourself first. So definitely needing to nurture yourself. You could be dealing with the Knight of Cups, but once again, that's your energy, water energy. Maybe you've been dealing with like a Rico Suave type energy. The Knight of Cups can come in with a whole lot of love and a whole lot of promises. But I feel, you know, you're being encouraged to walk away from something that I feel might be a little bit insincere. And to feed yourself love. I do think you're gaining a shift in perspective. I think you're going to be getting a wake-up call because you've been playing the martyr, you've been playing the victim. And it's kind of time to lay down a long-standing burden, especially when it comes to family legacy or a status quo foundation. You very well could be hitting rock bottom, and you know, when you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. And sometimes we kind of gotta hit rock bottom in order to gain that higher perspective. So I think you're going through an expansion in your consciousness is what I feel, Scorpio, and this will lead to a new legacy. But there's a need to lay down a long-standing burden is what I'm feeling. I feel you're learning a very strict lesson, maybe about communication. Maybe there's a need to communicate clearly. Let's see what your higher self has to say. I think, you know, you want a passionate brand new beginning, but where have you been deceiving yourself? It's time to get rigorously honest. It's time to cut through the bullshit, to cut through the deception, the lies, the trickery. Maybe you've been belittling somebody, or maybe somebody's been belittling you or gaslighting you. There's definitely some manipulation here, and I think you're going to have to sit in a whole lot of truth and to go through a period of healing. This to me is another energy of death. A death to an old way of thinking, maybe an old mindset. I kind of feel you've been deceiving yourself, and maybe you've been tricked by, you know, somebody that's, you know, got all the right words to say but doesn't have the actions to back it up. And I kind of feel you're coming into an abundance of downloads when it comes to this truth. I think it's time to get honest. If you want a brand new passionate beginning, if you want somebody new to enter into your life, there is a need to release any manipulative behaviors. If you've been dealing with two people or something toxic, there is a need to rebalance the situation, and there is a need to kind of speak up and be heard. Libra, Taurus energy, Capricorn, could be dealing with a Capricorn, but there's something toxic here. You're chained to something toxic, addictive, unhealthy habits for sure. This could be codependency. Are you financially dependent on another? Are you caged? Is your heart caged? Because I think somebody's been given to more than one, and you've been juggling for quite some time. Somebody's been juggling two options for quite some time, and you can't keep sitting on the fence because your bubble's about to get burst. Something's coming back around to be dealt with, and I think it very well could be stemming around some childhood patterns. You're in an old mindset. You're feeling stuck. All you got to do is break free, but I think it's going to take a lot of authenticity, a lot of honesty, and you're going to have to walk away from whatever this toxic situation is. It's not healthy. It's not serving you. It's keeping you depleted, dissatisfied. It's not bringing you any emotional contentment. So why would you stay there? I think it's time to heal all of this emotional baggage from the past and to really walk the spiritual journey, to walk the path, to rise above. Could be dealing with a Pisces. There's a lot of expansive lessons being learned. And there is a need to be honest. There's a need to put in some firm boundaries. I think there's been a lack of truth. There's been somebody juggling too. And it's time to do the work to break yourself free from these old patterns, this old mindset. that really isn't serving you. So let's see what's hidden below the surface. We got someone new entering your life. But I do think you're closing out a cycle with a soulmate, and you're going through an awakening of some sort, and you've been the miser. Somebody here has been very greedy, whether it's greedy with their finances, their emotions, or somebody's been holding back just how much they've been dissatisfied in this situation. This hurts. It hurts a lot, and maybe you've not wanted to feel this pain, but I think Pandora's box is being opened. And there's a need to address these relationships in your life if you want to have balance in your life. More Capricorn energy. What's hidden below the surface was the Fool, the Two of Cups, and the World. So you are learning a major life lesson. Something is coming to a complete close, especially when it comes to any past heartbreak, any past betrayal, any past pains. You know, you got to take that leap of faith if you want committed partnership. There's spiritual love trying to come in, a connection where the two of you will see eye to eye and likely spend the rest of your life together. But you need to go through a major wake-up call. I think you've been living in an illusion that's created all kinds of delusions. Somebody's been wearing a mask, and it's kind of time to bring something full circle if you are to take that leap of faith in the new direction. We had the Ten of Wands out earlier, remember? And that's a long-standing burden. And the Fool doesn't take these burdens of the past with them. So there is a need to make peace with some past heartbreak if you are to step into a brand new cycle in love. If you want a romantic partnership of equality, you're going to have to stop holding on to this pain from the past. Where do you need to release some past pain? Where do you need to maybe offer another forgiveness or vice versa? Because it's kind of judgment day. I think karma's about to get served. And you know how karma works, you get served what you deserved. If somebody's done you wrong, then they're going to reap whatever they deserve coming. But I feel you're going through an awakening of some sort, a period of soul retrieval, Pluto, death, rebirth, transformation. I also quite possibly feel some third eye activation, connecting to your higher source, your guides, your angelic team. Somebody's guiding you into this new cycle, and it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of planning. And you're going to have to go deep into your heart chakra and your emotions and get rigorously honest about what it is that you truly want on the heart if you are to have wish fulfillment and expand beyond this stuckness. It might require starting from ground zero. You might have to rebuild from ground zero. But I think you're going to have to find your determination and your willpower to close out a major karmic cycle. You could be dealing with an Aries or another Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, or Leo. We're going to get a potential overall outcome. Temperance. There's a need for moderation. There's a need for balance. There's a lot of universally driven changes in your life. Communication is going to be key. We have the Temperance. We have the Magician. So the universe is letting you know, hey, you have all the tools you need to step into this new cycle and to create balance and abundance in your life. But there's a need for moderation. Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo energy, and then we got the Wheel. So as uncomfortable as these changes are, because changes are coming in your life, nothing ever stays the same. Change is the one constant. And no matter how painful this change is, it is change for the better. Because I think it's time to open up your closed heart chakra, and it really is time to make peace with any past betrayals, whether you're the one that did the backstabbing or somebody backstabbed you. But something's coming to a complete close. It's time to put the past to bed once and for all. And I do think something about some childhood patterns. And you're going through a major internal shift. The Tower is a foundation. And when the Tower comes out in reverse, I think you've avoided this Tower up until now. But you can't avoid it anymore. And this is a shakeup from the inside out when it comes to your values, your beliefs, your childhood patterns. And there's definitely been something hidden here, something secret. I think you've been living in fantasy land, living in an illusion, could be dealing with a Pisces, but I feel it's kind of time to go into the depths of all of this past pain on your heart if you are to go forward and manifest your happily ever after. The 10 of Cups is ultimate fulfillment. But you're going to have to gather your strength, and maybe you're going to need to spend some time alone and to get grounded and get back on your own 2 feet. The page and the 9 equals the 10. So there's definitely something being illuminated when it comes to a false foundation that's crumbling. You're not going to be able to avoid this. It's brute force coming in, getting you to embrace the possibilities of a new opportunity. And this is going to come in lightning fast. So let's get a clarifier. I'd like a clarifier on this 10 of Swords, please. 7 of Swords, Empress, 6 of Wands. Oh my God. Are you dealing with an Empress, Scorpio? Are you dealing with a Taurus or a Libra? I kind of feel there's been stealing, lying, cheating. Something's been going on behind the scenes, and this Empress is absolutely glowing, and she's about to give birth to a whole lot of abundance. She's about ready to reap her harvest. This could be the mother of your children, Scorpio, something of that sort. And if you want victory, then I think there's a need to talk about any past thieving, lying, trickery, or cheating. There's definitely been blocks when it comes to communication. And I feel if you want victory after sorrow, you're going to have to expand. You're going to have to open up your heart. You're going to have to go in and really begin this deep healing process. And that's where a new beginning lies. So maybe you missed out on an opportunity with this Empress in the past. I do think you have a lot of love for this Empress, or somebody has a lot of love for this Empress, but it's kind of time to embrace healing. I think you're going to be going within and really mastering a lesson coming up here. And this is what you wished for. This is what you prayed for. Even if it doesn't feel good right now, when you're on the other side of this transformation, there is going to be a brand new opportunity to start over again. But you're going to have to take that leap of faith. I want to look into this devil energy. What is this devil energy? 10 of Coins, materialism, I feel. There's definitely a life force activation. We get the 10 of Coins, the 8 of Coins, and the Strength. So somebody's been playing into ego. Somebody's been chained to their lower ego. I think focused on money, 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 juggling, 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 holding on to a foundation simply because of the material comforts, the material possessions. And I feel it's time to release that lower ego. It really is time to go through this life force activation in order to, know your worth and know your value and stand on your own 2 feet. We can never put all of our value into our possessions. You can have all of the possessions in the world, all of the money in the world, and it's not going to bring you satisfaction if you're not living out of your heart space. So there's something being illuminated, and I think maybe it's time to rise as that benevolent father figure. There's an Aries energy coming through again. And maybe you've been on the defense, but I kind of feel it's time to walk the honoring path. It's time to do the right thing, to make amends for any wrongdoings in the past, or maybe somebody needs to seek forgiveness from you. But you can't keep being on guard. You can't be defensive. I think somebody's been being defensive. They got their walls up. They're ready for a fight. They're ready for a battle. Very aggressive Mars energy coming through, and there's that new possibility, that new doorway open. If you want a solid foundation, then you might have to open up the doorway and walk through it. You're going to have to walk through the doorway of a new opportunity. And I think you're going to have to untangle yourself from whatever karmic webbing you've got yourself into if you are to step towards happiness. If you want somebody new to enter your life, you're going to have to learn this core wound for what it is. Maybe there's been blocked communication. Maybe you're really down on your luck, Scorpio. I think maybe you've been down on your luck for a while. And it's time for you to take off those battle wounds, to heal from the inside out, and to find your stamina to keep going. And maybe there is an apology in order when it comes to a missed opportunity in the past. So if you owe somebody an apology, I think the time is now to take action and to do the right thing. The Emperor is a boss and a leader, and he does what he needs to do to make things right. And maybe it's time to make something right from the past that went very, very wrong. And I do think it's time for these changes. It's time to embrace these changes. I think get ready to receive an abundance of truth. You know, the truth hurts sometimes, but the truth will always set you free. So let's get you a couple messages from Spirit. Your family loves you. So I think you're being asked to only choose people who treat you with dignity and respect. I think you need to create some healthy space. You're dealing with somebody very toxic, very unhealthy. And if you want a positive outcome, you're going to have to choose a positive direction. So we'll see what else Spirit has for you, Scorpio. Your family loves you. So, you know, your family can offer you the support that you seek, but you have to be willing to put your pride aside and to be emotionally vulnerable and to maybe mature and ask for help. There's never any qualms in asking for help. We all need help sometimes. So I think the angels want to recognize that you've been going through a very tough time. But with strength and determination, you can recover from anything because you've been self-sabotaging. And the universe is saying you can't keep self-sabotaging if you want good things in your life. So I do think get ready for a lot of external forces to kind of upheave your life coming up here in order to get you to have passion for life again, in order to get you to step into this lighthearted, carefree energy that is trying to come in. Because there's something so much more fulfilling that awaits you, Scorpio. And happiness never, ever requires permission. Look at vulnerability is strength. So refrain from judgments. I also feel you're going through a major karmic judgment with the divine. And it's time for you to recognize that maybe it's time to mature a little bit. Maybe it's time to grow up and to embrace the wisdom gained from whatever entanglement you've been in, and to know that learning is necessary at this time as you kind of go forward into a new experience in your life. I think you're awakening to your spiritual journey, and if you're wondering if you're going to be able to stay in this toxic situation, the answer is no. So stop overthinking. Don't play into obsessive thoughts or obsessive patterns or addictive behaviors. It really is time once and for all to acknowledge and learn from the past so you can step into a brand new cycle, so you don't repeat another negative cycle. It really is time to honor your vessel, to honor your body, to take care of your mind, your body, and your soul, and to really trust in your intuition, because I think you've been feeling this change coming for quite some time, and you can't avoid the outcome anymore. It's time to recognize that this is unhealthy, and it's time to seek the support that you need. And that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.